Hello everyone, I am Mecha Random 42 and it is rare that I have good news on this channel, but we had a couple of really cool things happen today. First off, I noticed I was at 8,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much. It means the world to me. I love you guys so much. This means that we're doing something right in the community, in the fandoms, in the channel. And I really, really appreciate each and every one of you being here. So I really had to give you my thoughts on this next bit of awesome, amazing good news that our good pal Chuck Wendig has just been fired. And for those of you who don't know, Chuck Wendig, he wrote some novels for the Star Wars franchise, but what I know him from mostly is for basically being kind of an asshole to everybody on Twitter. He blocked me because I ended up in a block list of a lot of people in the Fandom Menace without me having any interaction with him ever in my life. He's just an all-around dickhole, basically. An all-around unpleasant, nasty sort of person that goes around attacking customers, berating them, belittling them, being flat out pissy when, you know, you're going out of your way to say, hey, I didn't appreciate you saying this about this other customer. Maybe you should not do that. Let's get right into the article. I can't contain myself here. I've been just on the floor laughing all day because of this. Well, for the last 10 minutes that I heard this news, it just dropped. I've just been beside myself. I've been tickled pink with this. Let's go to the article. This is probably the best article that I found of the whole thing. This is from Bleeding Cool, because this actually includes all of his tweets, which I'm blocked from seeing because, you know, I've never had any interaction with the man, but that's what these people do. They block you. Posted by Jude Terror, October 12th. It only has one comment. Wow. So Chuck Wendig was set to launch a new Marvel Star Wars comic, Shadow of Darth Vader, in February, but it looks like he's already been taken off the book before the first issue hits the stands. According to Wendig, he's been removed from Shadow of Vader as of issue number 4, and also another Star Wars book that hadn't been announced yet. According to Wendig, the reason for his removal is because of the negativity and vulgarity my tweets bring. Oh, you mean the ones that you tweet out? Yeah, you kind of attack the customers in your tweets, but, you know, sure. Seriously, that's what Mark Panic High, the editor, said. It was too much politics, too much vulgarity, and too much negativity on my part. Yeah, it's on Chuck's part, for sure. He was very negative to the fandom. And yeah, here's some of his works. The tweets in question apparently refer to Wendig's recent dust-ups with conservative agitators and a campaign of negative reviews and YouTube videos made about him, which he says is a response to his inclusion of LGBT characters in his Star Wars work. No. I've watched these videos. I've watched a lot of the stuff about you, Chuck. It is because you're an asshole to fans on Twitter. It doesn't have anything to do with including LGBT characters. It's just because you're a nasty bitch to people on Twitter. That is it. You can put whatever you want in these books, you know, and people are dragging your books through the mud because of how you treat them. And that's what you do, you know. If somebody threw my burger at me at McDonald's, if I complained about it, I would say, you know what, your burger's shit anyway. And that's kind of what's happening. That's kind of what's happening here. Wendig says that Chelsea Cain was also fired from Marvel for political reasons. I don't know who Chelsea Cain is. We'll probably have to look her up. And we can't help but notice that the circumstances of Wendig's removal mirrors that of Aubrey Sitterson's removal from IDW's G.I. Joe comic before the comic even hit stands, following a similar campaign against him. Guardians of the Galaxy director was also fired by Marvel's parent company, Disney, after an alt-right campaign called for his head due to vocal opposition to Donald Trump. Well, no, he was fired because he made a whole shit ton of really inappropriate sort of pedophile jokes, basically, years ago, and that's what people were really, really pissed off about. The situation differed in that old social media posts, thank you, from Gunn's edgelord days which surfaced containing jokes, quote unquote, about controversial topics that put Disney in a difficult position. Yeah, that's the main thing that got him. That was kind of his last straw, was the pedophile jokes. We reached out to Marvel for comment, and we'll follow up with an update if they respond. Below, read Wendig's full statement as posted to Twitter. Well, most of us can't because we're blocked, so thank you so much for putting it out there, Bleeding Cool. So, here he is. There's Chuck Wendig, Cuck Wendig as we call him. So, here's the thing that happened. I just got fired from Marvel, taken off issue number 4 and 5 of Shadow of Vader, and taken off an as of yet unannounced Star Wars book. This might be a long thread, so apologies in advance. I hesitate to talk about this because honestly, it gives the worst possible people a win. Are we? Are we though? Are we really? I think you're just as bad, if not worse, with attacking the fans, because here's the thing. The customer's always right, Chuck. The customer's always right. And yeah, some of us are kind of assholes too. But some of us are nothing but innocent bystanders seeing this mess unfold, getting blocked on Twitter, and knowing what kind of a person does that. People like me, I don't have that much of a dog in the fight against Chuck Wendig. I'm much more in the Star Wars camp, or Star Trek camp, than Star Wars. That being said, I am part of the fandom menace. I support 100% the fandom menace wanting quality work in Star Wars, as well as Star Trek, as well as She-Ra, as well as any other franchise they're trying to destroy. Yes, something they've wanted for a while. Oh, I didn't need to click that. Oh, they've got the whole tweets. Well, that's fine. But I also feel like I've long held honesty and forthrightfulness, and I don't feel like lying when people realize I'm not on these books anymore. Well, I think we're happy about it. To rewind a little bit, when Star Wars Aftermath came out, I assumed most people know, but maybe you don't, I put some elements in there, LGBT characters that were not received well by a certain subset of fandom. Maybe like one person. I think I've only seen, out of the, thousands of people I interact with on Twitter in the fandom menace, maybe one or two, out of thousands. Not nearly a significant enough amount to even care about the LGBT characters. Nobody does. I'm by myself. I don't care about LGBT characters. I care more about how you respond to fans or people who love Star Wars. That's what I care about. That resulted in both a negative review campaign found across various Facebook groups and other worst places on the internet. Oh, worst places. Don't you mean worse? I'm auto-correcting. Worst places, not worst. That began mounting the very minute the book dropped online. Maybe your books weren't that great and you were kind of a dick about it. Did you ever think of that? I was literally at a midnight's release of the book, and when I got done, there was already a pile of 1-star reviews piling up, which seems strange, obviously, and scary too. I didn't understand what was happening at the time. Oh, he's so this is not the Chuck Wendig that we have ever seen. Yeah, see, and you can see I am unauthorized because he blocked me for no reason. So I can't even click on his tweets. No, it's because you've been kind of an asshole, provoking fans, going out of your way to do that. Yes, and as a caveat, obviously I recognize that yes, some people just don't like the book for the usual reasons, and people who hold those reasons are not to be lumped in with the more skeptic side of the fandom. The TLDR. See, also the Last Jedi reviews. Well, and again, that the Last Jedi reviews kind of got escalated and more negativity came out because of the way Rian Johnson also treated the fans. Oh, what's the word he used? Man babies. This is the same shit with Ghostbusters 2016 all over again. The basement dwellers, man babies, shit like that. We're tired of this. We're tired of you guys harassing us online because of this. To use your words, that's a retweet of tons of harassment. The harassment has gone on for years. So yeah, but The Last Jedi hasn't been out for years. Last Jedi just came out 6 months ago. Well, you're blaming Last Jedi for this, right? Harassment that has required me to contact, and I keep clicking on his thing, to contact local police and warn them of swatting attempts, harassment across all corners of the internet, here, Facebook, Reddit, and YouTube. No, we're not harassing you. We're calling you on your shit. I don't condone anybody going after this man and attacking him or harassing him. Just, I don't approve of his shit. Some of it was bot stuff, obviously. Yeah, like the 1 or 2 bots that we've already discussed. See my Russian bot video where there was like 16 or 6 suspected accounts or something ridiculous out of 1,000. Or sock puppets, but some of it was pretty creepy and very personal. I didn't call a lot of it out or even highlight it. Oh, you responded to plenty, though. There's plenty of tweets. Just Google Chuck Wendig, negative tweets. There was a sort of constant background noise. Christ, for an extra special treat, go and search my name and check out YouTube videos. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We do not have a very positive viewpoint of you. But none of us are out there, as far as I can remember of what I've seen, and I watch a lot of videos. I watch Quartering and Geeks and Gamers, Comic Artist Pro Secrets. They're calling you on your bullshit. Some of them exaggerate in comedic ways, but we're calling you on your bullshit. Because you are the chef that we have to complain about having, a turd in our sandwich. And you're basically mad at us for it. And I was worried because, geez, I thought I'd screwed up. You did. And I wondered if for a time the book was bad. I'm sure it was. I didn't read it. But then, It hit list and stayed on the list for weeks, and the next two books hit list too. And Empire's End landed even higher on the list than the first book. And privately, I was told by folks inside LFL, that's probably Lucasfilm Limited, that there was no worry here, and they valued that I spoke out, both speaking up for myself and for Star Wars, which has always honestly been a progressive brand company. There's nothing wrong with being progressive. What I have a problem with is the people who are progressive that are more racist than people on the far right. Because progressivism is something that is inclusive to everybody. You go out of your way to attack fans who are differently opinioned than you and personally attack people. And again, Google Chuck Wendig's videos on YouTube. People have quoted him countless times, and I'm sure all of you are aware of this. How a lot of the people inside LFL have experienced considerable harassment. I mean, that's not news, but Kelly Marie Tran. Okay, well, Kelly Marie Tran, I have done many, many videos on Kelly Marie Tran herself, or myself, that was speculation. Everything that you hear about her was a misquote. The original article that said she was bullied off of social media was speculation. And if you dig deep enough and go back to the original post, it was a World Press post, I believe, that said, I speculate she's bullied off of social media, which she wasn't. She wasn't bullied off of social media. She was bullied by Rian Johnson, the Hollywood film industry. I have many videos on Kelly Marie Tran as well. I have quotes and quotes where they've misquoted her in the New York Times even, where she talks out about, oh yeah, I had to change my name because I was Asian, and my parents didn't give me the confidence to be proud of who I was. And then I get to Hollywood and I'm not instantly a star, and I'm resorting to waitress jobs or waitress roles, and I'm never the lead actress. Yeah, because you're not that special, Kelly Marie Tran. And I'll link one of my Kelly Marie Tran videos. I've gone over this numerous times. She was absolutely not bullied off of social media. That is a flat out lie. And anybody who believes that only reads the headlines and doesn't read the articles. After I did Hyperion, and I keep clicking on his thing because I want to click on it, damn it. With Marvel, they hired me to then write the TFA adaptation, The Force Awakens, which meant I got to work with some wonderful folks on a project that was tricky because it ended up being more of a translation of a movie than an adaptation. Now, I know Heather received some of the worst harassment in the entire industry. I can't speak to how well Marvel did or did not protect her from it, but I know she was at the bottom of a major misery funnel from Comicsgate and their ilk, far worse than I suffered. Still, I thought things were good, and I hoped to do more work with Marvel or Star Wars or a combo of the two someday. Comics isn't really my thing per se, but I felt like I was getting a handle on it. Of course, the harassment continued and got worse again when The Last Jedi came out, so he was a dick all this time. Kelly Marie Tran wasn't even in anything until The Last Jedi. So him using her as an example is like, okay, you got bullied months before she did? Quote unquote got bullied, which she didn't do at all. It was just speculation. Oh, make up your mind, Chuck. This sounds like a personal problem. This sounds like you're somebody who can't handle being on social media. It sounds like you're somebody very fragile and thin-skinned. Hey, I really like The Last Jedi. That's when I really started to see a lot of YouTube videos and stuff about me, and it was well creepy. Well, no, they made videos about you for attacking the fans. Yeah, I'm sure no one's surprised who has ever tweeted, hey, I really like The Last Jedi. No, people can tweet, I really like The Last Jedi. My problem is when they attack me for not liking it that much. I'd seen other signs of people being fired for political reasons, or folks like Chelsea Kane, who was yanked around, and also the subject of considerable nastiness. No, people don't fire you for political reasons. They fire you for attacking the fans. Again, quit calling this political shit. Because seriously, you're on the side that Lucasfilm is on. They would never fire anybody on their team for political reasons. Are you that stupid? And then, when we announced Shadow of Vader just last weekend, and people were excited, and I thought everything was good, I was not made aware of any issues, and my online self has always been my online self, so accept, yeah, no. Today I got the call, I'm fired, because of the negativity and vulgarity that my tweets bring. Yeah, you definitely provoke. You're definitely a shit stirrer. You're the guy who goes and pokes the badgers. Of course you are. Of course you're going to get fired for that. Because not only are you poking the badgers, but you're also throwing stuff at them. You're also yelling twice as much and biting them back. And you don't do that when you're a public figure like this. I'm sorry, but badgers can be tamed. Give us something good and we'll be there cute and doing little badger things. Seriously, that's what Mark the editor said. It was too much politics, too much vulgarity, too much negativity on my part. Yeah, there's probably too many getting into political debates, berating people who disagree with you politically. That's probably it. You cannot be so... You can't be so negative towards people who disagree with you politically, no matter what party they're on. People have feelings, and people need the respect sometimes as well, especially if you're a public figure. Basically, it's because I was not civil. Yes, right the crap on. Which, of course, is their decision to make. I'm not their boss, and it turns out they're not the boss of me either. Har har. Oh, fuck you. I joke because otherwise I cry. No, that's because you're one of those nasty-ass people. You're probably not joking. I understand over this call was that this was a Marvel decision, not a Lucasfilm decision. Well, Marvel's also Disney, though. Disney has a certain reputation to uphold. But I can't really confirm that. The editor said he made the call. He seemed genuinely upset at my tweets and profanity, so maybe that's accurate. And again, that's his right to do so. Well, yeah, I mean, you can't be cussing out your fan base. Sorry, you know, you're gonna make more fans if you say, oh, I'm sorry you didn't like the book, and then move on. Who cares? Thank them for reading it. That's what I've been trying to do on YouTube. You know, it's a learning process. If they honestly feel that my presence will damage the book, I don't want that. I want the book to shine, and artists like Juanan Ramirez and Greg Smallwood to do their amazing thing. Artists like that are gods in my mind, so I'm happy to not distract them from their literal magic. But it does set a troubling precedent, one we've seen already, James Gunn, Jessica White, and so on, of folks being fired because they riled up the wasp's nest of Asterisk Gate. No. Well, James Gunn probably could have been avoided being fired by deleting his tweets years ago. Because we still don't have any victims have come out. Not that what he didn't say was super creepy. He wasn't flat out provoking or attacking any of it. I don't think I've ever heard one negative thing that James Gunn has said about anybody who was upset with what he said, as far as I know. So that's as much as I'm going to defend the man. I do not approve of what he said. But yeah, that's like, he's not going after people who are calling him a pedo. Sorry, that's you know, he's a little more professional than you, Chuck. I hate having to compare you. And it seems odd to be mad that I'm mad about politics when, well, look around. Climate change, kids in cages, sexual harassers, and the topmost tiers of power, and so on. A call for civility as the PA and candidates and blah, blah, blah. And Tom Wolfe with golf cleat stomping. I don't know, man. Okay, so I'm not getting into politics. I know hands, Comicsgate, a big win. It will embolden them. But they won. I'm out of Marvel, and I guess for now, at least, out of any kind of Star Wars. Do your victory lap, I guess. Just please leave me out of it. Well, just quit tweeting about it then. All that being said, a lot of wonderful people still work inside those institutions, story worlds, and I hope you'll continue to support them and like the stories they're telling. To conclude, this is really quite chilling, and it breaks my heart. I'm very sad and very worried for the country I live in and the world of creative people all around. Courage to you all. Well, no, you just have to respect other people's opinions. I think that's what the problem is. I have a dire fear this is going to get a whole lot worse before it gets better. P.S. Vote in November like your life depends on it, because it just might. You know, and I agree with that. You should always vote. No matter what side you vote on, do your research. But that's as political as I'm going to get here. So... Yes. Ryan Johnson, are you next? I hope you're next, Ryan Johnson. Oh my god. I hope to crap your and of course, I'm not even camera ready today for this interview or for this big huge discussion. Oh my god. It's such an amazing sort of funny I've had just countless people pouring in on my Twitter saying, what did you think? Did you hear the news? I know Jeremy is live on Geeks and Gamers. Shout out to Jeremy for you know, going live with this. Oh my god, this is kind of hilarious. So, rule number 1, if you're going to be writing for something like Disney and Lucasfilm and Marvel, don't attack your fan base. Sorry, don't call them names, don't get into their Twitter battles. Me included. I need to learn to do that, and I've been kind of slowly just being, okay, you have your opinion, I appreciate it, move on, here's why I say the things I do. And a lot of the stuff I say is to kind of stir up shit, to get people thinking, to get people's minds engaged, You kind of need to slap somebody in the brain a little bit with the vulgarity and the profanity and the language and the yelling. To kind of bring them back down so you have their attention. And that's a lot of what I do here. And I don't ever mean any of it in like a personal way. And that being said, Chuck Wendig absolutely did. If you do look at any of his videos, any of his tweets where they really interact with the fans, they're as bad as Ryan Johnson's. They're as bad as, when Disney, Lucasfilm, when's Ryan Johnson next? Okay? You're making an example out of Chuck Wendig because he's expendable. When's Ryan Johnson's turn? Will it be by the end of the year? When do you think Ryan Johnson will get fired? Because he's the next one. He's the next one who's been attacking the fan base on Twitter. He's the next one who's been going after us in the fandom menace. It's only a matter of time, It's the old saying, get woke, go broke. And it's not even so much a getting woke sort of message. It is you have to treat people who are paying you money with a certain level of respect here. And if they're paying you money, if they're buying your books to give you a shitty review, 9 times out of 10, the reviews are going to get shittier the more you yell at them and the more you call them names and the more, there's another author. You guys will know him in the comments too. There's another one who's gone after people, another Star Wars writer. Yeah. That just makes me laugh. This is absolutely hilarious, wonderful news. And so my reaction to this is, good. It's about time. You deserve it. When's Ryan Johnson coming up next? That's the big one. And Kathleen Kennedy, she's next too, but she's in 3 years. So if Ryan Johnson gets axed before then, there's another day to celebrate. Oh, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I just want to remind you that on Saturday, October 13th, we're going to have, in the afternoon, the Babylon 5 watch party. It'll be short. And then the evening is the 4-year channel anniversary. And that also is a 8,000 subscriber anniversary of celebration, sort of 2 for 1. In the meantime, Twitch. We're going to be playing some games over on Twitch. Probably today, maybe a little bit tomorrow, sometime this weekend. Gonna be playing some Mario Party. Who cares? Who knows? I might even spring for the online thing and play with you guys over on Twitch. I'll link my Twitch link, my Twitch channel over in the description here. It is Random Game User 42 over there, because that's the gaming stuff. The gaming stuff goes back to Twitch. Thank you guys so much for watching. What do you think? Is it about time that Chuck Wendig got fired? I think it's about time. I think it's hilarious, and it couldn't have happened to a nicer, more deserving person. Treat your fans better. Treat the people in the community a little bit better, because they're paying your bills, my dude. They are paying your bills. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have Twitter, Patreon, Twitch, all the things. I will link in the description below and this article. Bye!